Hello creatives, welcome to Artist Star. My name is Beth and I am at the gallery today for the ZODIAC series. This reading is for Cancer, whose correlating major arcana card is the Chariot. This is the artist card representing you as the open vessel, ready to receive whatever source can draw from the well of infinite creativity. So this is a new one of my spreads. It is called Awakening Essential Energy. So first we have the archetype card that is, where would I find this essential energy at this time? And this row with the creativity oracle is, how best should I nudge this energy awake? And then here with the Soul's Journey lesson cards, we have, what about this energy needs to be explored in depth? And then we've got a little extra, how else will Source guide me to stay in my creative power through this awakening? So let's get started with the archetype. And this is the cards of truth. They're going to give us direction. And then the Lenormand cards for a little more clarity around that direction. So let's first take a look and see what our first row has for you Cancerians out there. So we have the Priest card. This is the light attributes, facilitates spiritual commitments, serves as a channel for spiritual energy. And then the shadow attributes, violates the trust of your spiritual community, seduced by your own spiritual role. Very interesting. All right, so let's see what the cards of truth have. 10 of Hearts, that's the popularity card. And for clarification, we have the lock and key. And just notice that that lock is heart-shaped. Yeah, it does add a little bit of a connotation here. Okay, so this is, where would I find this essential energy at this time? So we're going to awaken something within. So we've got the 10 of Hearts here, and we've also got this spiritual energy that is being channeled. And it's being channeled through a popularity. Seems like maybe you may be someone that people come to for guidance, and you find great fulfillment within that, to the point where you've realized that this is some kind of lock and key, right? The key to unlock more of it, that it fills you to the brim and you're able to give freely to others that need that channeled energy through Source. So, yeah, but on the other hand, you need to do it in a selfless way, right? Because you don't want to get too puffed up by it. You know, if you got too many compliments and too many stroking the ego, then it can start to not be so clean around it. So the trick here is to keep a perspective on it, because this popularity card is, well, first of all, it is a 10. So 10s are all about whatever effort you put in, Source rewards you with the same reward for effort, right? So this is also the Wheel of Fortune, represented with the red suits in the tens. So yeah, Wheel of Fortune, popularity It is all about well-rounded happiness, fulfillment being yours, and finding this reward for the loving kindness efforts that are being made. It's your ability to use really all of the pip cards, because the 10, they encompass all of the pip cards. So whatever resources, skills, and this is of the emotional realm, what makes you happy, satisfied, feel good about things, or sad about things. This is the emotional card. So, it is an opportunity to connect with the divine source with a loving and caring and empathetic heart. And you know this. You already know this. And I would say that you're already doing it. You may be challenged at times by hanging on to that carefulness around not letting it inflate your ego, to just have a very, what is the word for it? Humble attitude towards the popularity that you receive, even though it fulfills you and you are able to channel that back into your creativity. Really lovely and sweet. Okay, so let's take another look here. How best should I nudge this energy awake? So out of the Creativity Oracle, success. I'll let you look at the back of this while I read this side. Enjoying your life and the unfolding of your creative abilities as much as possible is real success. All right, so it's finding joy in the unfolding of the creative abilities. So understanding that fun in the process, right? Enjoying the process. Is the real success. Very interesting. And then we get the Queen of Diamonds. Very interesting card to get here. She's kind of a little bit of a seeing things her way. She can actually be a little funny about doing things controversial, but for the better, right? And then we have the Gentleman in the reversed position here. So that really is asking you to dig deep and really question this up here, how you're handling that popularity, and whether or not you need to shift some of that energy in a different direction. Not quite sure what direction they're asking you to shift it in, because it's this awakening something new, some new discovery done through hard work, because the queens, they are hard workers. You want to get something done, you give it to the Queen card. And this is in skills, talents, financial reward. And as I said, she can be tempted to do things in a controversial means and ways. So look out for that. But it is also suggesting that you're going to find the real essence of what looks like success in your process. Very interesting. And you might be a little blind to that. All right. Well, let's take a look at this last row. What would this energy what about this energy needs to be explored in depth? Well, that's interesting. The guilt card. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. Okay. And the Ten of Spades. It is in reverse. Not an easy card. Ooh, and the Myss in reverse. So this is really asking you to dig a little deeper into what's not feeling right. There's something here that's feeling off. Maybe you are losing sight. Maybe you're giving too much of yourself. And that it's time to turn some of that channeling of source for yourself. That you've maybe been so busy helping others. It's now time to take a little time for yourself and see what needs to be looked at and reassessed, for a value around this popularity. I mean, it must feel really lovely and all of that, but it somehow is beginning to be more like a, ball and chain, maybe. That you're so busy with everybody else, you're not finding enough time for yourself. So the Queen is here to tell you that you need to take time for yourself to figure this thing through, to find a new value within that, and that you'll be able to do that when you start to look at your process, and what part of your process you're feeling good value in, right? Because you're looking for the enjoyment, the fulfillment, what feels right. So whatever your creative process is, because she's also about the skills and talents. So you need some time. You need some time to polish your own unique abilities here. That if you do take that time to sort of turn that light onto your own needs for a time, that treating yourself as well as you treat everyone else is really important here, and nothing to feel guilty about. Because of this Ten of Spades, it's not easy what you're doing. It's in reverse, and this card, the tens, as I was saying earlier, it's reward for effort, and the spades are all about mental and physical challenges that you can be putting upon yourself or having other put upon you, or it could be both. Everybody coming to seek advice and whatever has pretty much robbed you of doing that for yourself. And in that, trying to stay okay with the giving because it feels right, it feeds your craft, feeds your process, it gives you energy to create your own self, except that it is that twist of you're telling yourself that. It's not, and it may have been true, but it's not true any longer. That is that little twist that needs to be looked at, needs to be addressed, needs to be owned, and needs to be addressed so that you can give yourself that same kind of attention to succeed. And to find that that joy, that fulfillment in that process. That is going to give you so much more energy without the guilt, right? No place for guilt here. There's nothing wrong with treating yourself as well as you treat everyone else. It's necessary. You know, I've said more than once, it's putting the oxygen mask on yourself before you can help anybody else. Otherwise, you're just no good to anybody. So take care of yourself like a queen would and polish on those skills, your talents, rummage around and see what part of the process needs to be polished. And yeah, don't let that any guilt in, because it's just going to rob you. That's what the mice do. They rob, and you're unaware of it. It hasn't been fully acknowledged yet that is this two sides of the coin, right? It's the same coin. Yeah. So let go of the guilt, because you're going to end up walking down a very hard path. 10 of Spades is the card that is walking through hell with a smile on your face. You do not want to go there with this. It's not going to serve anybody, especially yourself. You're just going to end up holding yourself back and feeling used and abused instead of that charming, lovely, beautiful light that you have to share. It is polishing it and, yeah, putting it to work for yourself as much as you do for others. Ooh, nice to get reminded of that. Yes. Okay, so let's find out how else Source would guide you to stay in your creative power through this awakening. So this is Pema Chodron. She is the Tonglen cards. And this piece of advice is don't misinterpret. Number 52. So on the back here, there are 6 teachings that you might misinterpret. Patience, yearning, excitement, compassion, priorities, and joy. The misinterpretations are, number 1, you're patient when it means you'll get your way, but not when your practice brings up challenges. Let me read that again. You're patient when it means you'll get your way, but not when your practice brings up challenges. That's a good one. All right, number 2, you yearn for worldly things, but not an open heart and mind. You get excited about wealth and entertainment, but not about your potential for enlightenment. Number 4, you have compassion for those you like and admire, but not for those you don't. That's the lesson that is with everyone, right? Everyone brings you a lesson. Number 5, worldly gain is your priority rather than cultivating loving kindness and compassion. You feel joy when your enemies suffer, but you do not rejoice in others' good fortune. Ooh, those are good 6 teachings that you might misinterpret. So, yeah, that's part of the polishing, isn't it? When you're finding yourself through this process and giving all you do to everyone else and not yourself, how is that making you feel? Very nice one. All right, so let's see what else we have. We have the Wishcraft, and it is Moon Wishes. The moon shows me patience. Great card. The moon shows me patience. Wow, and patience right there. Patience with the process. Okay. And the chin tongue, you will soon make friends from enemies, right? Oh, that's so good because they're your friends, right? And you're going to be making anything that doesn't feel right by taking care of yourself as much as you do others. You are going to get back into that beautiful, settled give and take. Well, best of luck to you, Cancerians, and let me know how it works out for you if any of this resonates. And yeah, very, very interesting depth here for you to find that creativity. All right, well, go ahead and subscribe, and I will see you next month. And until then, as always, happy creating.